And I'm going to be talking first about a game we briefly mentioned earlier, saying that it was a bit of a Fortnite clone, is Spellbreak. And Nick will be talking about it later, maybe as well, adding something.
I'll add something, yeah.
This is a 42-man, magic-based Battle Royale game. So, first of all, Greg is zoned out. Battle Royale's not your thing, Greg.
Yeah, carry on.
What I intrigued about this, it was the Battle Royale game. Basically, Fortnite I don't like. Hands down. The building mechanic broke it for me. And its quirky, cheerfulness and the visual style didn't sell to me either, nor did it sell to my son. So we ended up on Realm Royale and we loved it. Realm Royale was exactly the same as Fortnite, but with, for me, far better shooting mechanics. It felt like a first-person shooter, even though it was third-person. You know, when you zoom in and scope, it felt really, really solid. It felt like you were connecting when you were shooting, and there was no build mechanics. It was just a straightforward kind of Battle Royale game. This does something slightly different, but it feels and looks more like Realm Royale than Fortnite, I think, but it does have a slight Fortnite-esque to its cel-shaded kind of characters in the world. Straightforward, except these magic-based attacks. You have these gauntlets on each hand, and each hand is equipped to the ZL and L. Those two buttons allow you to attack with your left hand, and ZR and R on your right hand. As you start the game, you can choose what kind of environmental kind of attack you can have, from like lightning, rock, fire, wind, toxic, which is this green poisonous cloud, and ice. So you choose one of those for your right hand, and then as you're playing through the game, you get chests, exactly the same as all Battle Royale games, and you can pick up other gauntlets to equip to your left hand. What's quite interesting is that the ZL and ZR are your kind of weak attacks, and they're pretty straightforward. The R and L buttons are your more powerful attacks, and quite spectacular, some of them. Like your rock ability would be throw a huge boulder like an asteroid at people, which you can aim. And unfortunately there's no gyro controls. They have promised gyro controls in the future, but you can aim with an R stick and you can toss those boulders at will. Not quite at will. You have this system called mana, which is your magic, because it's a magic-based game. And everything in the game is controlled by this mana, which is cooldown based. So as you use your mana, you attack, your mana decreases a bit when you're doing small attacks. If you spam the small attack button, you could probably get about 8 or 10 attacks out of it before your mana is depleted. And then you've got it's quite a quick cooldown, about a second before it goes back up. But that second is a lifetime in the middle of a battle. So you've really got to strategize between attacking and jumping, because your jumping is mana-based as well. And the feeling of movement in this game that this jump mechanic gives you is what sold the game to me. And wow, does it feel good. Your movement around is pretty smooth. The game runs so much better than when I played Fortnite a long time ago. I don't know if Fortnite runs better now. And Realm Royale has some frame rate issues now and again, especially when you got 100 people in the game at one go. It has a lot of warping. You know, you're skipping sections. I've seen nothing of that in Spellbreak yet, apart from a little section of it when we dropped in and hit the ground in our second game. But this mana then, when you jump on B, you can hold the B button down to levitate and slowly move upwards. And if you're at it just feels so good when you're doing it though, because you can really jump high. So there's a castle in front of you and you can jump to the top of the castle. So it's got this feeling that you're a superhero flying around there, like Scarlet Witch out of Avengers. You're using this kind of mana to jump, float, but also as you jump off a high place, you can use it to float down. And if you kind of staccato, segment your pressing of B, you can float like you are in Breath of the Wild. Which is another impressive feat, is that the world around you, you can see as far as you can see. There's no draw distance whatsoever. I've seen very, very little popping in the in-game, apart from buildings. Yeah, the structures themselves, the mountains and all that, not so much. No popping. Yes, there's popping with buildings, of course, but as you're moving through these environments, it's got a feeling of Breath of the Wild to it as well. There's a lot of locations that you could say have been influenced by some kind of Breath of the Wild locales. And you're thinking, oh, that looks like that, that looks like that, that looks like that. And it gives the game an immediacy of familiarity as well. It's very action-based, very fluid. Now, there's one question I want to ask Nick. When you played your first Battle Royale game, did you win?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Because...
Carry on.
When I was jumping down from... It's not the battle boss, but when you come down from the sky, I went straight down a pit and died immediately. However, I did win the second game. So I did win my first game that I played, basically.
Yeah, I have a not a concern. It's more of a query that every person I've queried and talked to or played it, Mark DeRose, and a few people on Twitter as well, they've all won their first game.
Really?
I was so chuffed I won the first game with my son. I'm like, come on, our first Battle Royale game. You know, we're still getting the grips with the controls, and we smashed the opposition. We didn't see the last guy. He just died. And we thought he had died in the fog as the fog is closing in. But maybe not. Maybe there's some AI shenanigans going on in your first game that allows you to win to get you back into it.
Possibly.
I've seen a lot of people say, yes, I've won my first game. So I'm wondering if that's what's in question. But overall, after our second game, we came fourth. And at the moment, it's got like squads only unlocked. You've got to play it a lot more to unlock extra modes, which would be duos and singles. So
I've played singles.
You played singles?
Yeah, I played singles.
Oh, maybe it was time-based then. Maybe it was time-based rather than... Because we played it the day it came out, and singles and duos were locked to us.
Interesting.
So maybe it's been...
Maybe it was locked because you were a pair.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, linked together in a party, yes, possibly. But that shouldn't have stopped us from playing duos, though.
True.
Yeah, weird. But we've had fun. We've only played 2 games so far, and I like the way this mana system works, as I said. The magic is really good to balance. And there's one ability which is fantastic. It's the ice one. I don't know if you tried ice, but if you do a small attack with ice, it lays a layer of ice down in front of you, which you can skate across to gain momentum. And all your kind of, everybody who goes across there. So my son loves the ice attack because it's got this long range bow as well. You can skate across it. The only, I think, downside to the kind of sighting mechanics and spotting enemies is there's no long range weapon that you can scope, so there's no zoom function.
Nice.
So you're always kind of looking out and going, was that movement? It can be very difficult to see movement over a long range.
The ice has got a scope mechanic. If you hold down the weak attack for the ice, if you hold down
ZL or
ZR or ZL, yeah, then it zooms in, and actually that's really cool because if you hold it for about 2 or 3 seconds, it shoots a really, really like a sniper rifle basically. It shoots a massive thing of ice out in front of you, and and
you can skate down that.
That's what I've been using. Like I did the tutorial, and I thought it was quite good. It felt good mechanically. I liked the floating mechanic, as you said, and then I did that sort of. After you've done the tutorial, there's like a practice area that you can go to where you have to find all the upgrades. And I had an ability, because you can have an ability on A, can't you, as well? There's like different ones. You can teleport, you can see through walls.
I
had a
jump higher.
A huge jump, basically, was my ability.
Yeah.
So I had the ice on my right hand, and I was just skating and jumping around the whole world. And it just feels so good. Like mechanically, it is very, very, very good. I was shooting a massive thing of ice, skating along it really quickly, jumping, then doing the big jump to get to the top of a castle. And yeah, it's great. Like it feels good mechanically. I really like the systems in the game as well. How you can upgrade like the different parts of your body. So you can get...
and the different kind of say you use ice more, you can upgrade that faster than you would say if you're not using. So each ability as well is upgradable.
Yeah, and like you can upgrade your running speed, your jumping height as well, and stuff like that. You can get a belt which means you can pick up more items and like store more items.
Armor pots, health pots, yeah.
So I think I've had fun playing this. I've played three games as well. Well, 2 really, because I died in the first one. I won the first one, and in the second game I came 14th. I got killed, but that was after I killed 4 people. The worst thing is in the second game that I played, like the one that I won, me and some other guy landed together, and because both of us we just landed, we didn't have any upgrades or any other abilities. We were just stood facing each other and trying to kill each other for a good 5 minutes, and just kept missing. Like the one thing that I found really difficult in this game is it's really, really hard to aim and hit somebody. And there's in fact, a lot of the battles that I've had have just been, moving left to right, trying to hit each other, and everybody's just missing. But that's where the big attacks come in, and that's where mixing your attacks comes in. So like if you have, for example, toxic and fire, you can fire a toxic cloud at them and then set it on fire to do extra damage. So
explosive damage.
It's really, really interesting. Like, I really like the mechanics of this game, and it does move and feel very good. The thing I would say, the art style is very uninspiring. It does look just like a Fortnite ripoff. The world also is pretty uninspiring. It's just a generic fantasy world. And yeah, it's nice to have these sort of buildings and castles around, but there's nothing that really stands out to me. It just looks like random castles randomly placed. And while, you can see very far into the distance, the pop-up for stuff like trees and foliage is absolutely awful.
Oh, I did not see. I was too busy learning other stuff.
Foliage,
right? I'll have to go back and have a look at that.
It's just like you're walking and it's just appearing right in front of you. It's
okay.
I think it's a little bit worse than Fortnite. I remember that being a problem in Fortnite as well.
It's the same in Realm Royale. Like the grass starts, texturing in and popping in Realm Royale. Yeah.
But I've been impressed so far. I'm going to keep playing it. It's free obviously as well, isn't it? So I think it's a little. You can tell it's a new game. It's still sort of very sort of basic. Everything is not really established yet. But I like the fact they've got 6 different weapons, and I like the way you can upgrade your character in a game. So I'll keep playing and see how it goes. And obviously, not having a building mechanic is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. Is it a concern that because you can upgrade your character? People who play it more, they're going to be so upgraded that they're going to be, completely deadly.
I don't really know how all that stuff works, but it does seem to me like there is some sort of the more you play, the stronger you become, which is not great for a Battle Royale, because then obviously it's not going to be an equal playing field, is it? You're going to have some people who are stronger than other people. So we'll see how that plays out. But initial impressions are better than I expected, to be honest.
Cool. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.